I'm pregnant and my boyfriend wants me to hold off on the abortion for his kink. How do I decide what to do? My boyfriend, 28M, and I, 22F, have been together for 4 years, but we were friends a couple years before that. When we were just friends, he had a FWB that he got pregnant. He doesn't want kids, so he didn't want her to keep it and offered support with an abortion. She wanted to keep it, so he said he'd pay child support and some other stuff but wouldn't be involved in the kid's life beyond that. They kept sleeping together while she was pregnant and then again when she was about 3 months postpartum. One day he had a little party with some of his friends and I bought a couple of my friends. This part is a bit NSFW. We were all drinking and a bit high and he ended up telling us that he sucked her nipples and drank some of her breast milk. He said it tasted kinda good and we all laughed. He stopped seeing his FWB when the kid was about 6 months old. A year or so later, when we first got together officially, he told me that he actually loved it and would sometimes get off on it. My boyfriend has always loved playing with my boobs and I kinda lean into it a bit when we have sex. When we moved in together 2 years ago, I walked in on him getting off to that kind of porn and he told me he has a bit of a kink for it. There's the kind of backstory and I apologize for how terribly worded the next part is. I've been crying LOL. I'm child-free, definitely really do not want kids ever, and I'm super cautious about taking the pill. I started feeling kinda nauseous, dizzy about a month ago, but I've been drinking a lot lately. Mental health has gotten worse LOL. My boyfriend was watching a video we made a couple years ago and commented that my boobs have gotten bigger. I got a bad feeling, so we went to buy a pregnancy test and I'm fucking pregnant. I cried as I booked a doctor's appointment and I got really drunk that night. Abortion was always my plan if worst came to worst, so I was just holding out for the appointment so I could get referred to have it done. But the doctor said I was 14 weeks. I was so horrified. When my boyfriend and I got home, he offered me some wine, so I drank and cried. When I was feeling better, he made a joke about if I could lactate. I asked him WTF he meant. He mentioned his FWB and drinking her breast milk and said he'd like to try mine. I was pretty drunk and thought he was joking. But nope. I reminded him I'm getting an abortion and he said he knows but wanted to see if I'd start it during pregnancy. I googled it and apparently you can start lactating at like 16, 22 weeks. His idea is that we hold off on the abortion until the absolute last minute so he can see if he can try my breast milk. Where we live, I can get an abortion up to 20 weeks. He says I probably won't get pregnant again, so it'd be the only chance he'd get. To be honest, I've been drunk or high since I found out I was pregnant. This is like my worst nightmare. He's been so sweet and caring since we found out, and my mind's not really in a good place, so I agreed to hold off on the abortion for a while. I'm 16 weeks now and I don't see any sign of milk production or anything. I'm really freaking out now that if I keep waiting, I might not be able to get the abortion and be stuck pregnant and having to give birth. I literally cannot give birth, like I fear it more than death. I don't know, I know it means a lot to him and I've just really been trying to pretend this pregnancy doesn't exist, but now it's starting to hit me. My boyfriend says it'll work out and I'll be able to get the abortion, but I'm honestly really scared. I'm at uni and I've been missing all of my classes and assignments and just staying in our bed the past few days. I know it's not good for me, but I also don't want to disappoint my boyfriend. Like, he's so excited. I don't know what to do. I don't know if he's right and that we can wait a bit longer. I'm losing my mind, so advice would be so helpful, please. I just can't think straight. How would I tell him I don't want to keep going? TLDR, my boyfriend has a thing for breast milk feeding. I'm 16 weeks pregnant and he wants us to hold off the abortion to see if I can lactate. I'm worried I won't start lactating and I won't be able to get the abortion if I wait. He's so excited and I love him so much, but I just don't know if I can keep doing this to myself. Edit. Thank you all. I feel so stupid and naive now and I hate myself so much. It's late here, but I'm going to get the abortion as soon as I can. I just don't know how to approach it with my boyfriend. I feel like he'd probably be okay maybe, and I saw some people saying you could maybe induce lactation without pregnancy, so maybe he'll be more okay if I tell him that. I do really love him and I know the comments are harsh, but he is normally a good guy. I just don't know why he's been like this. I've been high, drunk and/or both for most of the time the past couple weeks, and so I just haven't had a clear mind. I don't think he realizes how much pain I'm in and how horrible this is for me. I don't want to break up though. I'm really happy otherwise in our relationship. Edit. My sleeping pills are kicking in, so I'll be replying tomorrow to the rest. I want to reiterate that I'm getting the abortion and calling tomorrow to see how soon I can get it done. I appreciate all the comments and I feel really terrible with myself that all this has happened. Like, truly, I just feel rotten. Edit. Over a day later at this point. I've made the necessary appointments for the abortion and the prior test scans. I've got it scheduled and I'm following through. I vaguely told my mom that I'm having an abortion and may need some help and I'm not too sure about my relationship at the moment. I didn't want to go into too much detail with her, but she said she'll be there for anything I need, with the abortion and/or him. I just want to get the abortion over with before I deal with the boyfriend stuff IDK. I feel overwhelmed. I appreciate all the helpful and kind comments on here. Also, I was on Twitter earlier and saw this post come up on my timeline. It felt so weird to see that, but I appreciate all the help and support over there too. Thank you all. I know I've been very stupid, but I'm trying. I think I've been out of it for quite some time and just now finally waking up relevant comments. Comment 1. Please leave this psycho today. I wouldn't be surprised if he baby trapped you. What he did to his ex is vile. Or if you don't want KDs, get your tubes tied. He will then dump you because you can no longer fulfill his fantasy. OP, downvoted. I don't know, I really love him and he's been my biggest support through uni and with my mental struggles. He really doesn't want kids, so I don't think he'd baby trap me. He knows how much I would hate having to give birth. I do want to get sterilized, but cost is a barrier right now. He has been helping me save up for it and takes care of most of our expenses, though. Comment 2, do not do this. Do not sacrifice your bodily autonomy and mental health for your boyfriend's kink. The way he's excited while you're reacting in horror, he should be way more sensitive to what is a terrifying thing for you. I also wouldn't be surprised if he is trying to baby trap you. I know a lot of people on this subreddit jump immediately to dump him, but it's sometimes justified. And in this case, OP, he's sure it'll work out some way, and I think that's why he doesn't seem too worried. But I know he doesn't want kids. He's only seen his son when he was at his FWB's house hooking up back when he would have been 3-6 months and not since. He was helping me save for sterilization, so I don't think he'd baby trap me. He is sensitive, I think. He's been more affectionate and buys me my favorite snacks even though I don't really have an appetite. IDK, I just wish I wasn't doing this. Comment 3, abort both the baby and this relationship. WTF OP, downvoted. I love him and we've been planning a future together and he's so sweet, like he's been helping me financially while I study, and I don't want to lose him. I really want to lose this baby though, I can't stand it. OP responds to multiple comments on getting the abortion and letting her boyfriend's kink being more important than her own health and well-being. OP, I'm not sure. I just think maybe that torture is worth it for him. But I also am at my breaking point. I've been drinking so much and I just keep avoiding the idea that it won't work out. I can't comprehend the worst case. I can't comprehend being pregnant right now. I'm really bad with my self-esteem, like I know it, and it's so hard to put myself first. I just wish I could close my eyes and make it go away. I'm getting an abortion. Going to call wherever tomorrow. I can't remember if it's the local hospital branch directly or through my doctor. But I'm not sure about leaving him. He didn't make a move until I was 18 and we had known each other for like 2 years at that point, so the age thing never came across weirdly for me. It's just hard reading these comments because I could never believe he'd be trying to hurt me. OP on her alcoholism problems. OP. Yeah, we became friends because his friend sold me my first ecstasy. I don't think it's weird, he never made a move on me when I was a teen. One of his friends tried hitting on me when I was almost 17, but my boyfriend told his friend to stop and would make sure I wasn't left alone with him. I have an alcohol problem, but I definitely don't want to have a substance problem. And I don't want to be a parent, let alone a single parent. You're right. It's just hard reading all these comments. Update 1. I'm using a new account to post this because I had some issues with trying to use my original account. I hope that's fine. Sorry if not. I posted last week about my boyfriend wanting me to wait until I was 19 weeks pregnant to get an abortion to see if I'd lactate because he has a breastfeeding, breast milk kink. Abortion access is up to 20 weeks where we live. I didn't find out until I was 14 weeks pregnant and posted when I was 16 weeks. I'm now 17 weeks pregnant. And I'll start off by saying yes, I'm getting the abortion in a couple days. It is definitely confirmed. I want to say thank you again to all the helpful and supportive people. I really appreciate it. Like, I felt so overwhelmed and my life has just felt like a wreck these past few weeks, so it really helped. I felt a bit better a few days after posting. I know some people said to not tell him about the abortion, but I really hated the idea he was the person people were saying he is. Like, I just had to know what he'd say and feel, and I wanted to ask some questions. I did call my mom beforehand to tell her I was going to talk with him, so I guess I'd have some protection if things went wrong with him. IDK, the comments kinda scared me. I only told her he has a bit of a thing for pregnant women, so he wanted me to delay the abortion as much as possible for him. My mom's tone kinda changed and she said some stuff, then basically just called me a SLUT and said I was disgusting for going along with that, and she couldn't support me anymore if I was doing stupid shit like that. I don't really want to get into it, but it was really hard to hear it. I felt so alone. The next day, I told my boyfriend I needed to talk. I wasn't sober, so this is my best recollection and only the main points, not the conversation verbatim. I told him how I've been feeling and I'm not into his kink and I only do it because I like pleasing him but I can't hurt myself anymore. That I have the abortion scheduled and I'm so disgusted by the thing inside me, like I've been having bad back pain and pains and weird feelings in my stomach, and obviously my mental health. I was sobbing through it and just sorta rambled till he held me. He said he was so sorry and didn't know how bad I was feeling. He told me he thought I was okay with everything because I didn't say I wasn't. He said he'll come with me for the abortion and he'll be there with me. I fully asked him about when I was a teen. Like I just needed to know, I didn't have much to really lose. He said he obviously found me pretty but he wasn't attracted to me until I was 18 and only really thought of me in a different way when I made the first move the first night we slept together. The comments about baby trapping horrified me so much so I literally said to him like, "How do you think I got pregnant?" He said maybe I missed a pill or something. He didn't give off any weird vibes like he'd be lying, so I believe he didn't mess with my pill. He was apologetic about me being pregnant and again, said he didn't mean to cause me this pain. I was exhausted and just laid on his chest and cried for a while. The following couple days he's been really lovely. Like giving me massages for my back and giving me lots of attention and cooking for me. He keeps saying he's sorry and he'll do what he can to make it up to me. He suggested we go on a trip when this is over, like go away for a few nights and have a little holiday. The other night we had a few drinks and I was talking about Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Been a fan since I was 8 lol. Cause I play this app game sometimes where you guess her outfits and surprise songs for the concert and I was filling it out. He asked when her tour ends and I said the end of the year and he said he could try to arrange for us to go see one of them. I was like, that's so expensive and it's sold out? But he said he can see if he can make it work. I feel really supported and loved right now. I'm glad I opened up and told him, I think our relationship is in a much better place. If he reacted badly, I would probably feel differently. But IDK, it's been good. I also don't really know who else I have, TBH. My mom clearly hates me and I'm relying on government money, studying, which isn't that much, so it's not like I can afford to live elsewhere right now. I also love our lifestyle and what he does for us so I don't want to mess that up. I doubt he'll be successful but if he got us to see the Eras Tour, that's like a dream to me. I'd for real be the happiest person. I kinda feel like if I followed some of the advice I got I'd be in such a different and worse place right now. I'm excited to do fun couple stuff with him. Like he even brought up wine and cheese tasting or taking me shopping. Like really nice dates. We had sex last night for the first time in over a week and he was really respectful like didn't give my boobs attention but I've been feeling adored so I kinda indulged him. Still not into that kink personally but I like seeing him pleased. I feel like when I get rid of this parasite, our relationship will be really strong. Like this thing has really tested us LMAO. So it's all good, just waiting in anticipation for the abortion. And gonna give my mum some time, there's been a rocky history there, so we'll see, I guess. Thank you guys again, relevant comments. Comment 1, honorable. He knows the abortion ban, correct? Then he knows exactly what he was doing. He knows he was putting his kink over your health. He knows. You and he are trying to justify it by claiming it wasn't malicious. He knows. His intentions are moot. He knew what he was asking. He knew he was risking your health. But his sexual gratification was more important to him. OP, he knew about the abortion limit but we don't live in the US, our abortion laws would take a long time to be revoked, but I have been telling him about those. I still don't think so. I can't really wrap my head around that. I think he just kinda thought it'd be whatever and now he knows that's not the case so he's trying to make it up to me. IDK that's how I see it but I get what you're saying. Comment 2, yeah okay, enjoy your carnival of red flags. Not a single iota of sense in any 22-year-old, but you really hid behind a door when wisdom was being dished out. OP, aside from this, I don't really think there's any red flags. He answered my questions and I don't think he's lying. I know there was a lot of good advice but thankfully I didn't feel the need to follow it because he's been better since we talked and I feel like things are real good. Update 2, I got notified of the Boru and yes the other account is me and yes I did get the abortion. I've been reading comments for hours and responding before my original and update posts both got removed. It's very early morning here and I know I'm gonna get shit on for this but I'm drunk but I just need to say, I had an abortion. And no, I do not want this to be used as any sort of anti-abortion propaganda. I've even seen some comments referring to Fox News and I would rather gauge my own eyes out than be used as some sort of tactic to push people to be pro-life, forced birth, in my opinion. My abortion was necessary, although delayed. I understand that. I understand I fucked up so badly, but I needed that. I didn't find out until it was late, and I'm struggling with my mental health and the booze and drugs and just was in a daze. I'm so glad I made my initial post because it helped me get the abortion when I wanted it. And no, I don't live in the US. But again, I don't want this to be used at all for evidence towards draconian pro-life laws. They do not save lives. I don't want to get into politics because I really should sleep, but I don't want this to alter anyone's opinion on abortion. I'm probably like the first person to ever deal with this. I know everybody is telling me my boyfriend sucks, but I just really don't know. It's so hard to fit an entire relationship history into some posts and comments. He's been so lovely and so supportive, and I really believe in giving him another chance. I'm happy to clear up anything on here if I want. I just didn't expect this kind of response, and it's been a bit of a shock. I'm not at uni because I feel pretty shit physically, so I have a lot of time just being bored, lol. And as for the drug stuff, that's not a concern. Like, I know it technically isn't great, but I cannot use it just fine if I'm not bad mentally. I've only mainly been taking prescribed stuff since the abortion. As for the booze, yeah, I know and I agree. It's just so hard to even conceptualize sobriety sometimes. I know I need to do it, but it's also like you need to want to get sober to actually be sober, or at least be successful in it. I've tried sobriety like 3 or 4 times at this point. IDK, just please don't fucking use my dumb stupidity as pro-life incentives. I would have never, ever posted anything if I knew it would have come to that. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.